free, a little bit better than it used to be. 'Cause I'm alive. I'm alive. 'Cause I'm alive.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Jason from Sex Club, and it's Halloween almost tomorrow. Got a whole little party planned tomorrow, but today I decided, well, I don't got anything for Halloween, I thought, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna rate every Halloween worst to best. I've watched all of them, every last one, except Season of the Witch. I'm gonna keep out of this list because it's a completely different story. There's no Michael Myers, which it wouldn't feel right putting that here. It's a whole genre of its own, in my opinion. Well, not a genre, but it's a standalone. We could call it a standalone, and it would work. Halloween 6, the worst one of the series. I hate it. So, Michael Myers is cursed with a fucking thorn on his hand. Or fucking whatever. Okay, so he rapes his niece, creating another person in the bloodline, which he has to hunt down and kill? Let me get this straight. So the whole factor of Michael Myers is, let me kill my entire bloodline. So what should... there's someone in that writer room, so what should we have him do? Let's have him create a baby with Jamie Lloyd. Sure, whatever. No one in that room thought, sir, shouldn't we just have him trying to kill a brand new protagonist or something? Or say that Jamie had a kid and just that? They all look at him. Get out! Like, that was their idea. And then the death scene. He's beat to death with a fucking lead pipe. Oh, yeah, you know, Mike Myers has been blown up, shot, burned up, fallen hundreds of feet, and all this other crap. But that's what stops him. Oh, yeah, you know. How was the most infamous killer in all time killed? Some guy beat him to death with a lead pipe. No, it didn't work. I'm sorry. The other one, and also, I feel bad for Donald Pleasance. That was his last movie, and his last words on screen were, he's losing his shit, because he's finally got the curse thing on his wrist. No. Halloween 6, if you're gonna watch any of them, avoid it. Next worst one, Resurrection. This one could have easily gone 11th, but it's a tiny bit better. Just by the slimmest margin. Like, I've seen it more as a comedy. If you told me, hey, this is a comedy horror movie where it spoofs it a bit, okay, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. But if you're going in there thinking, I want to watch Halloween, I want to be scared, no, you're not going to watch Resurrection. You're going to watch anyone other than that. Resurrection. Oh my god, I'm sorry to whoever had to write that one. After H2O, this one was just a fucking disappointment. And, or Halloween 20 years later, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people just call it H2O. But anyways, so, who should we have as one of the main characters? Let's put Busta Rhymes in there. You can pick anyone. In this one, they also killed Laurie Strode in it. I think she knew, like, oh, great. I said come back for one movie. Well, let's come back to the first opening minutes. We'll kill you off. Okay, sure. Yeah, so Laurie Strode dies in it. But, okay, so in Resurrection, they do a little fucking reality show inside Michael Myers' house. And then Michael Myers is there, too. And Busta Rhymes, who's the lead show producer, it seems, is in there. No, I'm supposed to be Michael Myers. Starts pushing the guy around. Like, Michael, you're a killer. Stab him. But no, he just lets the guy fucking mess with him. And then Busta Rhymes beats him by fighting him in a fucking burning building. Yeah, that's how we should have Mike Myers die. in a burning building, and they stretcher him out perfectly fine, like he's still alive. His mask is burned to a crisp. But we have seen him be burned to the point where the mask is gone. So what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, he's dead. And that's how that part of the series ends? Since there's so many fucking different timelines. Now, let's move on. Halloween 4. I can honestly say I like this one. It was... Okay. If you're watching a Halloween movie, like, the next one's, like, all the way down, satisfy you to the core. I liked Halloween 4 to a little bit. Well, not satisfied to the core. There's a lot to be desired for a lot of them, but you know what I mean, right, guys? Halloween 4 is a passable one. I liked Halloween 4 when I first watched it, but when you get older, it's not as good. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, so this little girl is the fucking protagonist, and so all this stuff happens, whatever. But okay, so how should we have Michael Myers die? Rednecks. Shoot him. He falls down a mine shaft. Declared dead. What? No. No. He has had way too much shit happen to him for a fucking mine shaft to be his demise. Then there's the factor of what else was there was another thing I had to say about number 4. Oh yeah, the mask looked like fucking garbage. It was one of the worst masks in the series, if not the worst. Number 5 might be the worst. Depends on what you think. But I didn't like it. They kind of just fucked it up, and it's like, oh well. But somehow the studio was like, well, fuck, we gotta recoup our losses, which we do. Halloween 5, and let's add even more garbage. The reason this one beats Halloween 4 is Michael Myers is a lot. Oh, I forgot to mention this in number 4. At the end, Jamie, the lead character, kills her mother. What's with the guys after, like, they just ripped off Friday the 13th there. Because Tommy somehow became a killer almost at the end of number 5. So at the end of number 4, let's beat him to the punchline in our series. No. Anyways, there's also rumors like, oh, Jamie was possessed by Michael. Anyways, in Halloween 5, it opens with them, how they killed Michael Myers the last time. Killed, loosely. And then they threw a stick of dynamite, which they did not show in number 4. I bet a lot of people were like, whoa, he's Michael Myers, he shouldn't have died that easily. Fuck, okay, throw something else in. What should we do? Someone drops dynamite in the mine shaft. Okay. But after he died in the mine shaft, no one went to go check on him because he escaped. You see him escape, he goes down the river, he ends up with a hermit who somehow was like, oh, whatever, I'll just drag this guy that he possibly... It's almost impossible to not know that he's a serial killer. I'll just bring him in and I'll let him lay on my bed for the next, I don't fucking know how many months. And then, a year later, it's Halloween. Kills him. Fucking damn. He gets a hotel treatment and he gets stabbed. He stabs the owner. What a dick. But the ending with he's thrown in jail after losing, and then they're like, we're just gonna keep him here until he dies. Then you see Jamie, like his niece, he'll never die, and walks off the screen. Did okay, but you're like, okay, well that's a shitty ending. That's creepy enough, but bang! You hear a loud bang. She runs back in. Cell's blown off. Fucking Michael's gone. That guy that we've seen all through the movie and had no clue what he's doing. Had the guy in the trench coat and the fucking fedora. Michael is still out there and he's going to kill again, and people are like, no. I liked it because it was cliffhanger, and when I was watching it, like, if it was a better movie altogether, that would have been a decent movie, and I would have been excited for 6. But just went downhill from there on that whole series. Now we go into the ones where if you told me, hey, let's watch a Halloween movie, and you said any of these after this one, I'd be okay with it. Halloween 6. No, number 6. Halloween Rob Zombie 2. The Rob Zombie version was pretty great. The first one was good. The second one, not so much. So, the whole thing, like, I love how, like, in the second one, the first one, I think they told Rob Zombie, stay loyal to the source material. Second one, they're like, you know what? Do what you do. And I was like, great. I thought it was okay, like, I would watch it again if I, like, was with people, but it's not one I would pop into my DVD player and watch if I were staying alone. So, Rob Zombie is an unstoppable killer. Makes Michael unstoppable there, but it's a year later. All this stuff has happened for the whole group of people. Laurie just finds out that she's Michael Myers' little sister, and gets drunk and is saying and shit. It's like, why? That's not how you introduce a main character like that. Or reintroduce them, whatever. But the ending is what killed it. That's the reason it didn't make it that far. Like, okay, so Rob Zombie left it cliffhanger-ish. Like, Michael Myers is dead in the barn from whatever, I forget what it was. Then Laurie comes out wearing his mask, falls to her knees, and the movie ends. And I'm like, I actually looked up to make sure there wasn't another Rob Zombie movie after that, because I'm like, I feel like there's more here. And I feel bad for Rob Zombie, because if he was planning on having a third one, they definitely cut it, because it didn't happen. We had a Halloween 2018, like a while later. And I wish Rob Zombie had more to do. But next one, Rob Zombie 1. It was better than number 2 in the end, because it follows the source material, but it changes a lot. So instead of just, Michael Myers killed his sister at a mental institution. No, Mike Myers loses his shit on bullies, tells the principal to fuck you, comes from a broken home, which kind of ruins his mystique. Like, the whole thing about Michael Myers is, what made him? What made him kill his sister? What made him do this? What made him do that? This one, he's just an emotionally amused child. So, but at some point, he fucking loses it. He runs out of the jail, well, not the jail, the school, waits in the forest, beats his bully to death with a branch, goes home, acts like nothing happened. Then, later that night, kills his sister, stab, normal way. Kills his father by slitting his throat in his fucking sleep. Kills his sister's boyfriend with, what is it? Oh yeah, fucking baseball bat to the fucking back of the head. He's gone berserk. And then he eats some candy. Mother comes home, or he was sitting on the porch, I think, whatever. He gets into a mental institution where another stupid thing happens. They give him metal cutlery on the day Loomis quits. Okay, I've been to a lot of government facilities, hospitals and all that, and schools even. I have never, under any circumstance, seen them give out metal cutlery, even if you have to return it, to a fucking deranged lunatic. Like, it's a fucking, I just laugh at it every time, because they gave him the ability to have metal cutlery. He's a fucking psychopath. Imagine if they did that. Okay, um, imagine if you were in a prison and you seen fucking someone like John Wayne Gacy. Oh yeah, let's give him a fucking fork. My favorite kill from the movie is that he kills a nurse with a fucking fork. It takes a lot to do that. But imagine that on like Equal Eulogy after she was killed by a deranged lunatic wielding a fork. Went down like a fucking wimp. Anyways, let's move on. Halloween 2. Oh my god. How can he put Halloween 2 at number 4? People are probably saying. I liked it. If you, I would love to rewatch Halloween 2, or, like, but the other next ones after that, next 3 are better. Halloween 2, Michael Myers is definitively killed. That would have been one of the best ways to kill him. The only other way that it works is the next one. Really? But, so, he's definitively killed. They blow up the fucking gas canisters. Loomis is in there blown up with him, and then Michael Myers is trying to chase Laurie, fucking burning alive, and then just... He's been shot multiple times that night. Multiple bad things have happened to him. He deserves to just be left dead. Burns alive. Now, if you were telling me, like, one thing I can kind of criticize is, okay, what should be the ending of the, what should be the music at the end? Mr. Sandman. No. Okay, like, there's a lot better options. Like, I don't know, even just playing the Michael Myers, like, scene would have been better as his face burns alive. Like, Mr. Sandman has nothing to do. If you said, what songs remind you of Halloween? Oh, well, a Michael Myers theme song, like, Spooky Scary Skeletons, anything. But no, I don't, if you ask anyone, probably Mr. Sandman. No. It was funny, but in the end, I love that movie, and it can only be topped by these 3. This one, I did not think would be that good, but it killed it in my opinion. Quite literally, it was amazing. Halloween 20 years later, Jamie Lee Curtis comes back. Is it odd the top 4 all had Jamie Lee Curtis? Maybe, but she just plays Laurie Strode so perfectly. So, it's 20 years later, Michael is dead. Allegedly, we don't know. Laurie's worried, still has paranoia about Michael Myers coming to kill her. Whatever, no big deal. Her son skips the trip that he was supposed to go on, and he's hiding at the school. And then, like, Laurie's sitting there talking to someone, like, the first time Michael came after me, I was 16. Look, sees her son's birthday card at 16. Oh, fuck. That's grounds to go look for Michael. Why? That's your brilliant plan? Oh, yeah, Michael. Yeah, he's definitely coming after my son, but apparently that was justified. So she kills Michael. Or doesn't kill Michael. At that point yet. The whole thing is they're running to the school with all this thing trying to fight Michael Myers, and Laurie saves him. In that moment where Laurie and Michael just both see each other like through that window, and he's just like seeing his eyes, it's like, wow. Okay, this is gonna be a fight. And throughout the whole fight that they're in, Laurie and Michael beat the fuck out of each other. They are violent. I loved it. It's probably the best fight scene in the Halloween franchise because they're not using guns, they're fucking using weapons. Like Michael Myers is using his knife, Laurie Strode uses a fucking flagpole thing. She uses a knife and a fire extinguisher, everything to just beat the fuck out of Michael. And then, allegedly after Michael's death, that time, she's like, no, I know Michael's coming back. She steals the ambulance that Michael's in, launches Michael out the fucking window, and, oh, Michael Myers is, he's trapped under a tree or something after a crash, and he's like trying to reach out to Laurie. They touch tips of their fingers, and Laurie just swings the axe, fucking decapitates Michael, and it's like, okay, that could have ended the series, but we all know that's not the case. I didn't bring this up in Resurrection because it's a long way till like you get to know how that happened, but it turns out it was the wrong guy. She killed the wrong person. Michael Myers apparently destroyed some guy's voice box, put his mask on him, changed clothes, and then Michael Myers is just walking away like nothing happened. That's not his style, though. It's like, he's become so paranoid of Laurie, he's scared of Laurie Strode. Now, he's scared of his little sister killing him. So he makes her kill someone else. That would be a great way to end the movie, but they clearly didn't know what they were doing with Michael, sadly. Now for the second place. Halloween 2018. You didn't think number one would be the second place ever. But I liked Halloween 2018. It comes back. It suits Michael Myers' thing, you know, like, okay, so Michael Myers eventually gets broken out of prison by a fucking deranged lunatic who is a fan of his work. And all this stuff happens. Laurie decides, fine, I gotta make sure Michael's dead. And like, the best scene in this movie, and maybe one of the best scenes in any of the movies, fucking when, like, after Oscar dies after being impaled on a fucking fence, Allison runs back, Oscar! And then he's, like, there, and then Michael Myers is out of frame. You just see Michael Myers walk out, which was made by a fucking, like a bow going across the electric guitar. Like, the Shape Hunts Allison is probably one of the most unsettling Michael Myers scenes ever. It's, like, so fucking creepy, but awesome. I love it. 100%. Next up, though. Like, oh, I should continue. And they left it open-ended. Because, sure, they shoot Michael and he falls down into the basement. And then they trap him in there, light him on fire. But then it shows the basement. Michael Myers is nowhere to be seen after the fire, after they leave the building. So Michael could have escaped somehow. There's millions of ways he could have escaped. A million ways Michael Myers could have escaped. Not a normal human, but yeah, Michael Myers could have escaped, and so that's why that movie is pretty good. There's just one person that I wish did die. Allison's boyfriend is cheating on her. It would have been better if you see him get stabbed or something, but maybe they had to cut that. Maybe they just didn't want him to die. Anyway, in that one, Laurie is more paranoid than H2O. That's one thing I didn't like about it as well. Like, so Laurie's gone completely fucking insane. She's like scared. She lives in the fucking woods with every gun known to man and all this crap. Yeah. Now let's just talk Halloween 1. Can anyone top this masterpiece? No. Halloween 1 will be the best movie ever. Like, it was the first Halloween I watched, and it's still one that if you told me, hey, let's go watch Halloween, which one you want to watch? Halloween 1 from the 80s? Perfect. They made Michael Myers terrified. He kills without reason. He's fucking made a body count that is barely even. barely beatable. He's fucking killing people with everything that he can. And then, the one thing that after all that, Laurie beats the fuck out of him, but... okay. But the ending. That classic thing where shoots him 5 or 6 times, I think. I think it's 6 times because his revolver's empty. He falls off the balcony, dead. We think. Loomis comes over, looks over the edge. Michael's gone. Then runs out. Calls the sheriff, tell him he's on the loose. It's just a joke of been trick-or-treated like death tonight. You don't know what death is. Fucking the score plays, like the whole Michael Myers like theme. And done. Fucking loved that movie. He is amazing. I wonder if like they tried to call him the Shape, but it just never took on. Like some people are like, "Oh, the Shape." We all know it's Michael Myers, but it was great. I loved it. In fact, I love the whole Halloween franchise. Michael Myers scared me to death as a kid. I heard that theme and I would be scared. Like, everyone had that one horror movie they were afraid of. I remember my friend was terrified of Freddy Krueger. My other friend was terrified of Jason, so much that he didn't like camping with his family. Mine, Mike Myers. The only other one that really terrified me, like, to the core was Leatherface, and it's just because the chainsaw is so brutal, but all the Leatherface movies are Texas Chainsaw Massacres for a different time, everyone. Maybe next year. Maybe next month. I don't know. I don't know how long this COVID's gonna last, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down, so I might need that next month. Yeah, I loved Halloween, and to you guys, happy Halloween. I'll see you next Friday with hopefully something better than this garbage. Remember to social distance, everyone. Stay safe.